Anything else?
I'd like to ask Phil why we don't get our packets on Friday like we used to. We made the motion that everything has to come in the Monday before. And it gives you a whole week to get this packet done by Friday. I want to know why it's not done on Friday.
As long as I have it done 2 days before the board meeting, that's adequate, ample time. You had it done Saturday.
It should have been done on Friday.
There's nothing that says it has to be done on Friday, as long as it's 2 days before.
And the
Bob was out of town.
A Sunday counts as a day.
Bob was out of town, he left Thursday,
Thursday morning.
so. I'm sorry, if I, a lot
I
of
wanna
times you
look
get it
at
on
it.
Wednesday.
I want to go through it on Friday, not Saturday or Sunday, if I don't get it till Sunday.
I get it 2 days before. I have a question on the bills. 920-904-6440, phone number in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin.
That might be my son. I called him, see how it is.
Oh, that's your number.
Oh, that's my number. Yeah, that's my, so I have his companion phone.
So why is that number being called from the township hall?
It's a cell phone.
I was using a cell phone.
But you're using the township hall to call your cell phone?
No.
Well, it's on.
Oh, wait a second. Mary might have called trying to get a hold of me for something. That's possible.
Okay. So, we have a long distance cell phone. All right, that answers the question.
Okay, we have a,
I got a question
go ahead.
for Lou, because I said I'd bring it up and I wasn't at the last meeting, but I was unhappy with DT that they show up for those meetings prior to that. So I promised I would bring that up to meeting, but I missed the last meeting. That's all I got.
I would like to know on the DTE, because they requested in their letter to the planning commission, if I can just find that here. Yes. In the letter to the planning commission, DT requested that we would be happy to discuss these issues further to the extent the planning commission requires assistance. However, we must respectfully request that further correspondence or discussions take place in a small work group setting rather than a town hall type setting such as an open planning commission or township board meetings. We see this work group setting where DTE is willing to serve in an advisory role if the commission desires as the only way to productively proceed with developing a practical wind ordinance. We'd be happy to discuss this at a later time with a representative of the planning commission. I understand that Lisa Conkey asked Mary to send an email from the township, well, from her private email to Grady Nance to set up a, to call Lisa to set up a special meeting. Have you done that yet?
Yes, I did.
And when is that meeting?
Still tentative.
You don't have a date?
No.
And are
They're-
you doing
they're
it at
busy.
Dave's house or are you doing it here at the township hall?
Can I answer that, please?
Yes, there's your chairman, I'm just a secretary.
I will schedule no tentative set date with DTE until I meet with Lou and Tim.
Are you gonna meet with them?
Yes, I am. I have a meeting set up already with them,
Are you gonna meet at the township hall or are you gonna do this at your home?
at my home.
Is there some reason why you can't use the township hall facilities
Yes,
since it's township business?
yes,
What's that?
because if another member comes in, we're right back to the meeting act again, then we're gonna get sued again.
You just tell your other planning commission members not to come to the hall.
How am I gonna tell somebody that works here not to come to this hall?
Well, it
Oh, how am I gonna tell Dale that's on the board not to come to the hall?
Well, if he knows there's a meeting going on, I'm sure he'd respect it.
No, I have the right to call it where I want. That's where it's gonna be.
It seems a little inappropriate to conduct
It
council
may seem
meetings
to
out
you,
of
it's not to me.
Okay.
Can you tell me where we're going to take the 4,800 out of?
He said out of the capital improvement.
Yeah, piece of paper there, that was mine.
Okay, motion to pay the bill?
Bob,
Yes.
I have a question.
Go ahead, thanks.
I just have a question on, well, when I was, that night I resigned from the temporary secretary position. What is the difference between the position I held and the one that Lou Coletta had the contract with for the website? He is an employee too, correct?
Contract's not as an employee.
Contract is not an employee. That's the only money that he received was the contracted. There wasn't a monthly fee or anything like that? No, it was just a set contract. Okay. That's all I know.
And the law says that a township employee cannot serve on the planning commission, and that's the state law.
I am aware of that, but I wasn't sure if contracted employees, or
He wasn't- he
if
wasn't-
that's how he was paid, or, if, I think I cleared it up. Thanks.
Motion to, pay the
Mr.
bill?
Clark,
What?
Mr. Clark.
I just had a question. Somewhere I read there was gonna be a planning commission meeting on the 18th. I read that somewhere. Has that been canceled?
There are no planning board meetings in,
I thought I
It's
saw
in
something-
January.
January.
No, you did set a meeting at your last meeting, it's right here in the minutes.
Workshop meeting for November 18th.
Pardon?
That was only with the tentative thing.
Well, okay, that's what I was asking. Usually if
No,
it's
no,
a
just-
formal meeting, it's on the.
No, it was a workshop type meeting, like a tentative thing. But
Then we found out that Dale couldn't make it there. We had another guy out with a bad knee. And you got,
There were the three of them.
one was going off and
Right.
at that time, so
yeah.
it was, turned out to be impractical to have a planning board meeting.
Says here that Selinsky suggested a special workshop meeting on November 18th. Hartzell said, stated he could not make it. Ehrlich said his tenure would be up. Selinsky suggested he would bow out of a meeting with DTE on the 18th of November so Jerry Geppert could be there. DTE must be checked with the date of the meeting.
And so far, nothing's been set. Okay, a motion to pay the bill.
Motion.
Seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn and seconded, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Meeting closed.
Hold it back this one.
Yeah, you get it. After 65.
We all set the goal, Craig.
I'll see you, okay? I will.
They put you over there?
Try another page.
I just don't fucking know.